Hey guys, good morning. It is 10 o'clock in the morning and I am coming to you from my craft room slash glitter office slash everything room. And today we are going to be working on a chunky Colorshift glitter swirl tumbler. So let me just grab my little iPad, share it into the group, and we will get started. Good morning, Cheryl. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me just grab my little iPad here, and I want to share it into the Facebook group so that everyone in there can log in. Let me lower that so you don't hear my voice in the background. Give me 1 minute. I'm gonna copy the link and just share it in the Facebook group, and hopefully we can do some crafting this morning. And I'm gonna be working with some Colorshift glitters. I am in the Colorshift mood lately, so I had an idea that popped into my head actually this morning, and I figured let's go live and just see how it goes. I don't have any like solid plan on what's going to happen right now. All I know is I want to play with some Colorshift glitters, and I want to try and fit them all on one tumbler and just kind of see how it goes. So, all right, so I shared it in the Facebook group. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. I just want to say I'm sorry for all the mess in the background. I have to really organize this room, but I have a little table in front of me, and let's just briefly go over what I kind of have planned for today. Good morning. Hey from Colombia. Hi. How are you? Yes, that's all glitter on my right hand side. Not only do I own Emma Love Shop, I have this YouTube channel called Chrissy's Craft Room where I just share all of my crafts with you guys, but I also am a glitter seller. I have a glitter shop on Etsy called Elle's Glitter, which is basically a standalone from Emma Love Shop, so that's where the ELS comes from, glitter. So I also sell glitter. So all of the glitters that we use on all of our tumblers and everything that we use comes from me. It's glitter that I also sell on my Etsy shop. And I will be sure to link that in the description down below once this live is over. I will be able to edit the description and link all of that stuff. So if you're interested in checking out any of the glitters that we're working with today, then you can head on over afterwards and check that out. But we are on Etsy. My glitter shop is called Elle's Glitter. And then I also have Emma Love Shop where I sell all of my tumblers and different various crafts and t-shirts and things like that. So I went ahead and I prepped a 20-ounce skinny tumbler. I have been loving these size tumblers lately. I feel like they're so easy and perfect to work with because they are one size. And it's, you know, pretty simple to if you're putting your water slide or if you're glittering it or whatever. I don't know. I just feel like they're a lot easier to work with because it's all one size. So these 20-ounce skinnies are very, very popular. They sell very well. So, you know, and they hold a pretty good amount of water as well. So this is what we're working with today. This is a 20-ounce skinny tumbler. I already sanded it. I washed it down, and then I prepped it with what you can see is a matte black spray paint. So what I'm planning on doing today is applying our Colorshift glitters to this tumbler in a swirl. So basically I'm going to start from the top, turn and swirl it down. And hopefully we can fit all 8 colors. If not, I will fit as many colors as I can on the tumbler. And my method of application for today is going to be resin. So I am actually going to be using my Alumilite today. And the reason why I'm going to be using Alumilite is because the consistency of Alumilite is thin. it mixes very well, and it actually is nice and thin, so you can get a really, really nice thin coat of the Alumilite on the tumbler, which allows for the glitter to sit and lay really nice. Now, many of you may know already that I actually mostly use faux Rizzle resin, but since I am just using the resin right now to apply the glitter, I'm gonna use my Alumilite so that I won't waste my good faux Rizzle resin on the outer sealer base, if that makes any sense. So I'm using my Alumilite just as a glitter to add glitter to the tumbler, and then once that's all said and done and that's all cured for my base, for my final coats of glitter, I will then move on to my faux Rizzle resin. So if you're working with resin, make sure to always use proper precautions. Make sure you use your gloves. And then you're gonna wanna get yourself a respirator mask, which is what I have here. Now, because I'm doing a live and I'm going to be talking to you guys during this live, I'm actually not gonna be wearing this today. Now, I know, I should not take the risk. We wanna always, always, always be careful. And so that's why I'm telling you guys to get yourself a respirator mask, because you don't want to expose yourself to any of the toxic fumes that is associated with resin while it is wet. Now, like I said before, I know I'm not gonna be that responsible this morning because I'm not gonna be wearing this while I'm doing the live, but every other time I am working with tumblers and I am working with resin, I always, always, always wear my mask. So that's just a little tidbit for you. And if you wanna know more about safety precautions while working with resin, then definitely do your own research. You know, everybody does what they think is best for them. So you definitely want to do more research when it comes to working with resin, and be safe. Okay, so we're only going to be using a very small amount of resin today because I'm only using it as a base layer to apply my glitter. We literally only need about 5 mLs, 10 mLs of resin. So I'm pouring a small amount of A and B in little cups here. And very shortly, I'm going to move the camera down so you guys can see what I'm doing. So let me just make sure I get the right amount in these cups, and then I'll move the camera down so you can see more of what we're gonna be doing today. Okay. So let me move the camera down now. Hopefully you guys can see. Good. I need to get a better, okay. Hopefully, whoa, almost dropped my tumbler. Okay. So here we go. I have my little table in front of me and I have my tumbler. So I have parts A and B in a cup. I think I'm gonna need more of part B on this side. And I'm probably mixing way too much already. You don't need a lot of resin at all. I'm going to pour my part A into part B. Part A is the thicker of the two, so that's why I'm pouring it into part B. It just makes it easier to mix. So that's why I do it that way. And if you have any questions, let me know. I can see you commenting. So, you know, ask me any questions at all. And I'd be happy to answer all of them. Or if I have the answer, I will definitely answer. If I don't, I will let you know I don't. Okay. So now that I got part A into part B, we're just gonna mix. And now I'm not being extremely careful because I'm not worried about micro bubbles and I'm not worried about it being perfect. Obviously you wanna make sure that it's mixed because I want it to be able to cure properly, but I'm not worried about any micro bubbles because this is just going on the base of the tumbler. This is just what's gonna help me adhere the glitter to the tumbler so that we can get it going. So I'm not mixing extremely slow. I'm mixing it pretty fast, and I'm not worried about any bubbles at all right now. And you can see I already have all the glitters in front of me that we're going to be using today, and I will let you know all the names and link all of that stuff in the description once the live is finished. So I think we're looking good. I'm gonna just mix it for a little bit longer here just to make sure that we're nice and mixed. And I'm gonna set it aside. I'm gonna get rid of this top paper because a little bit of resin got on there and I don't want it to contaminate my glitter. So I'm gonna throw that away. All right. So while we've set that to the side and that's sitting, I'm gonna go over a few of the glitters that we have today. We have Make It Pink, Make It Blue we're gonna be using. We have Green Goblin, and I'm gonna take the tops off of everything. So this is Green Goblin. We have, which one is this? Surf's Up. We have Siren. Is this one Siren? Yes. Or is this Make It Pink, Make It Blue? No, this is Siren. We have Valentina. Petunia. Martian. Hey, what's up, Crystal? And then last but not least, we have Autumn. All right. So now that I have all of my glitters open and ready to go, I'm going to apply a thin coat of resin on the entire tumbler. Literally the thinnest amount of resin you need for this. The smallest tiny bit amount, we're just gonna take this and spread it all around the tumbler. And I really hope that you guys can see. If not, I'm gonna have to adjust the camera. But as you can see there, what's wet is what has the resin. Yes, we do ship overseas to military. I have actually shipped a few of our glitters to military bases and stuff like that. So if you need anything, you can definitely order through my Etsy shop, and I will be linking all of that stuff down below for those of you who may want to check out any of the colors that we're using today. So yes, but we do. So that's it. That is enough. This is going to be enough to get all the glitter coated. Now I'm just spreading it all around. I'm using my gloved hands to just spread it all around the tumbler so that we can get the glitter to stick. Yay! Okay, so that's done. And I still have quite a bit of resin left over. So while this is sitting, I'm gonna go grab a mold I have. Some molds I have here. Let's see. Where is it? Down here. There's some. I'm just gonna pour that some excess. I don't want to waste the resin that I have, so I got this little jewelry mold, and I'm gonna just mix up some glitter in here. Let me grab a glitter. Sorry, excuse me. So I'm just grabbing some Hip Hop Anonymous, which is a holographic purple glitter that we have, chunky glitter. And I'm just gonna pour some of that into here. Mix it up and move this over so you guys can see what I'm doing with these little keychain molds. I just don't want to waste any of the resin because I did mix a lot. So that's Hip Hop Anonymous. And I'm just gonna pour it in these little necklaces, necklace mold, charm molds, however you want to call it. Okay, so that's it. So you don't want to waste any of your resin. So I mixed up the glitter, I put it in here, and we'll have two really pretty charm necklaces. So I'm gonna stick it to the side so that can cure. And now we are ready to start glittering. Let's move a little bit closer. Grab the tumbler, and I am going to start with Valentina, okay? So I have my tumbler and I have Valentina in front of me, and the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to take my fingers and I'm gonna grab the glitter and I'm gonna start sprinkling it around, and as I'm sprinkling, I'm going to turn the tumbler at the same time, okay? So I think I'm actually, because I'm a lefty, so I'm actually gonna move on this side here so you guys can see a little bit better. And again, I'm sorry about the mess in the background, but I'm working on it, I promise. So this is Valentina. So I'm gonna start here and I'm gonna just sprinkle it on. And as I'm sprinkling it, I'm turning it to create the swirl. You see that? So now we have a really pretty swirl. I'm gonna just take my two fingers again and just continue sprinkling. Now, if you need me to change anything, the angle of the video, if you need me to lower the lighting that I have, please let me know, so that I want to make sure that you guys can see what I'm doing, okay? So if you need me to turn the lighting down, if you need me to get a little bit closer, please let me know. All right, so this is Valentina, and this is the first swirl. So I'm just very lightly tapping down without touching the resin. I'm only touching the glitter, okay? Very lightly tapping down any of the chunky glitter that may be sticking up. Okay, this helps keep it flat so that when you apply your resin on top of the glitter, you don't have any pointy spots or sharp areas, okay? So that's Valentina. Now I'm gonna just stand this up. Oh wait, I wanna add some to the bottom as well. So I'm gonna just sprinkle it here on the bottom, okay? So there. So I'm gonna just stand it up and we're gonna move on to the next color. So. okay? And yep, we're gonna move on. Put Valentina to the side. We might go back to her later, but I don't want her to get contaminated, so I'm just gonna stick her up to the side so she's out of my way. And we're gonna move on to the next color, and I am going to now use Petunia, okay? So now I'm gonna go right next to where we started with Valentina, and I'm gonna start Petunia right next to her, and I'm gonna do the same exact thing. I'm gonna take my 2 little fingers here, gonna dip them into the glitter and sprinkle it on. I love doing it this way because it gives me more control over the glitter. I feel like it's easier for me to place it down, and I can control how much glitter is going on the tumbler and where it's going. I should have that on here so that I can save the glitter. So this is Petunia. Okay, and now I'm gonna just go and do the same thing, tap down any areas I might see the glitter sticking up, make sure it goes down flat. And again, I'm only tapping on the glitter, I'm not touching any of the resin. Okay. Okay. So we have Valentina and Petunia side by side. And I'm gonna just put this to the side now. And this is gonna be messy. Swirls for me are always messy, and I'm just a messy crafter in general. So that's that. Okay, so now I'm putting that out of the way. All right, so now we have Valentina and Petunia side by side. So now I'm going to grab Make It Pink, Make It Blue. And I have this one in a bag. I should have had it in a jar, but I have it in a bag because I haven't switched it over yet. So I'm gonna try to clean off my fingers here. All right. So what I'm gonna do with this one is clean off my paper. And sprinkle some onto the paper so that I can grab it. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to do the same thing I did before, and I'm gonna go alongside of Petunia and start sprinkling Make It Pink, Make It Blue. I feel like I need to lower the light. Hold on. I feel like there's a lot of glare. If you feel like there's a lot of glare, let me know, okay? Let me lower it a little bit for you guys. Okay. All right, can you see it right here? The Make It Pink, Make It Blue. I'm gonna try and make it a little bit thicker. You see that right there? That's the Make It Pink, Make It Blue. Okay, So again, I'm gonna just tap it down with my fingers. Okay, there's some spots here I want more coverage, so I'm gonna focus on those areas and apply the glitter. Okay, and then I forgot to add some of the petunia to the bottom, so I'm just gonna go with my Make It Pink, Make It Blue and sprinkle the bottom here. I'm not too worried about the bottom, but I do want there to be glitter on the bottom, so I'm not really worried about whether it looks like a swirl, but here we go. So this is, let me see if I need to add any more. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, so that's so far what it looks like. So I'm gonna move on to the next color. And I'm trying to stay in a pattern, okay? So I started with the pinks, then I moved on to, I did Valentina, Petunia, Make It Pink, Make It Blue. The next one I'm gonna do is Siren, because this one has more pinks, more blues, and a little bit of greens. Then once I'm done with Siren, I'm gonna move on to Surf's Up, and then I'll go and do the greens. Okay, so we just finished Make It Pink, Make It Blue. I'm gonna go alongside Make It Pink, Make It Blue with Siren now. So like I did before, I'm gonna pick up Siren with my fingers and sprinkle it on. Okay, can you guys see good? Now, working with chunky glitters is definitely it takes a little bit of a learning curve. It's not as easy to apply as your fine glitter. So, it took me a little while to figure out how to control chunky glitter, and that's how I learned. I was like, let me just pick it up with my fingers. It's easier to control. I can put it down where I want to. If I put my fingers higher, you're gonna get more of an ombre effect, a scattered effect. If you put it closer, you have more control over where your chunky glitter is going. And that's the reason why I work more with my fingers than just if I was doing fine glitter, I would just use the fine glitter and sprinkle it on with, shake it on with a shaker or shake it on. I'm not worried too much about the fine glitter because it's easier to work with, but chunky glitter is a little bit harder, and if you go too heavy in areas that you don't want it to be heavy, depending on the look you're trying to go for, you can mess it all up. So that's why I love working with my fingers. It gives me a lot more control. So this one is super pretty, super pretty. Okay. Okay. So that's what we have so far. So you see we have a little space left, and I still have 1, 2, 3, 4 colors. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fit all colors. I may leave out autumn just because it might not go, or it might not fit with the look of the tumbler so far. So we'll see. We'll see how many more colors I can fit on. All right, so that was Siren. I'm gonna put Siren to the side, and I'm gonna move on to Surf's Up. Now Surf's Up has more blues and greens in it. So this is what it looks like so far, okay? And this is Surf's Up. And we're gonna do the same exact thing, same thing. Okay, flatten. Gonna look at it. I'm gonna just add a little bit more. Okay. So that's Surf's Up now. What you see over here is Surf's Up. That's the last line we got going on. And I'm just looking at it. I think I want to add some more right here just to make the line a little bit more apparent. Okay. And we'll put it to the side and move on to our greens. So just take a look. We have Valentina, Petunia, Make It Pink, Make It Blue. We have, what was it? Siren and Surf's Up so far. How pretty does that look right now? Gorgeous. Okay. So the next color we're gonna dive into is Martian, and this one is yellow and green. It's gorgeous. Same thing. I'm sorry, I get quiet when I'm sprinkling because I'm concentrating. Okay, so that's Martian. That's really pretty. It's standing out a lot. Okay. There's some little areas here that I want to sprinkle it over to kind of close the gap between Surf's Up and Martian. So I'm gonna just sprinkle that there. Okay. And then you see the little area we have left. So we have this one swirl left. And that's where I'm gonna put Martian. So this little area right here is where we're gonna add Martian. So I'm gonna put this to the side now. Okay, and we have Martian. This is Martian. So this is more of greens. There's a little bit of blue in here, just a tiny tinge. I would say that this is maybe the least of the looking color shifty ones. It's very, very subtle, but still very beautiful. So let's go in with Martian. And if I have enough room, which I may have enough room, I may sprinkle a little bit of autumn. Let's see. Let's see what this looks like when we're done doing this swirl. I think I may have a little bit of room left to throw in some autumn, and then we'll have 8 colors in here. So that's what I'm gonna do. We'll leave a little bit of room right there for autumn. Okay. So. Let's put this over here. All right, and last but not least, we are going to add autumn, which is this beautiful, beautiful deep tones, orange, green, and brown color. And I'm gonna stick it right in here where you see this nice thin line of the black base that's left. And we're gonna just go in and sprinkle it in. Okay, and there you go. That was autumn. So there you can see all the colors together. And let me just clean this up, and then I'll bring you guys in closer so you can see. Hold on a minute. So, so, so pretty. I love it so much. Okay. Let me see if I can get closer to you guys now that we're done. So check this out. Oh my gosh, how awesome is this tumbler? Okay, so let me go over the colors again. Okay, we're gonna start with Valentina right here. Then we went in with Petunia. We did Make It Pink, Make It Blue, Siren, Surf's Up, Martian, Green Goblin, then Martian, then Autumn. Those are all 8 colors on this beautiful, beautiful tumbler. Gorgeous. And then that's the bottom. And you can see there's some areas sticking out, but what I'm gonna do is let it kind of start setting, okay? As the resin starts to set, it'll get even more tackier. So once it begins to set, I'm gonna go grab gloves. I'm gonna stand it up, and as I have my gloves on, I'm gonna just start pressing on the tumbler. I'm pressing all over the glitter, okay? Actually, let me go turn around and grab my gloves. Okay, so I got 2 gloves here. And if you liked watching this live, don't forget to give this live a thumbs up, okay? Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so that you can be alerted every time we go live and you won't miss any of my videos. I do plan on filming some tutorials, more edited tutorials so that it's easier for you guys to follow along. And the video is a little bit more clear. For now, I like doing the lives. I feel like it's a little bit easier for me to just kind of hop on when I have the extra time. But I hope you really, really enjoyed watching me do this little swirly tutorial using chunky Colorshift glitters. I hope that those of you who purchase these glitters, it actually inspires you to maybe try this look out. And I think this will be either, you can leave it like this and literally slap on resin and just leave it alone. But this will also be super pretty as a peekaboo. This would be super pretty as a geode. And I think that these colors really, really, really go well together. And it kind of has like a rainbowy effect, especially the way I was applying the glitter in the pinks and the blues and the yellows. I tried to keep it like in the way of that you would see a rainbow. So, okay, so what I'm gonna do now is just take my gloved hand, okay, and just start pressing down on the glitters. I want them to be flat. So hopefully when you go in and apply your resin on the top, you don't have any of these sharp chunkies sticking up. So you will have some fallout, but don't worry about that. Those are just glitters that weren't attached to the resin anyway. But the ones that are there will stick on. And it's okay if you have a little bit of fallout. If you need to go over certain areas, you can always do another layer of resin and sprinkle on some glitter wherever you feel that there was some spots missing. So you can always save a tumbler. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop messing with it. Looks pretty good. I think I got a lot of the glitters laid down. So I'm just gonna set it aside and let it cure. But there you go, guys. There is 8 of our chunky Colorshift glitters on here. And I hope you liked this little live tutorial. And I will be sure to hop on again very, very soon to show you guys something else. So don't worry, I'm not going to forget to link all of the stuff that we used today in the description. I will be sure to link my Emma Love shop, to link the glitter shop, which is called Elle's Glitter. And for those of you just catching on YouTube, if you're not a part of my Facebook group, I will definitely link that down below as well. You have exclusive access to all of our glitters, discount codes, and other fun things that go on in the group as well. So thank you guys so much for joining me this morning. Don't forget to give this live a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell. I want to thank you guys so much for being here. I am so grateful for each and every single one of you, and I will talk to you guys again soon in our next video. Mwah, 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 mwah.